Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Dupuytren's series of videos, basically a little introduction about Dupuytren's contracture, what it is, what causes it, some of the surgical or treatment options that you have. So if you missed part 1, go ahead and head back to that video now. I'll link it below. And if you are ready for part 2, this is for you. So we're going to go over some stretches that can help you on a daily basis. Not necessarily, again, not going to cure your condition, okay? It's not going to make it go away. It's here to stay. It's here with you. But it can make your hand a lot more functional. It can keep you moving better, right? Like it can help you maintain your range of motion a little bit longer. It can help you feel a little bit better, and it might help reduce some of your pain and stiffness as well. So yeah, that's the point of these stretches. It is, again, not going to cure your condition. It's not going to make your hand back to like normal or what it was before the Dupuytren's, but it can help certainly in your own self-management of this condition, okay? It's always a good idea to warm up before you stretch or you do any exercises, just like you would in your normal regular routine, right? If you go to the gym or you go for a run, usually you're going to do some sort of warm up before so you don't hurt yourself. So it's always good to be a little bit warm going in. If you're feeling a little bit painful or extra stiff, you can use heat by running warm water over your hand or soaking it in a warm tub or in a paraffin bath, or you can use a hot pack or anything. Just warm your hand up for a couple minutes, give it a little bit. You definitely don't have to do that before you stretch, but if you're feeling extra stiff, extra painful, sometimes it can help loosen you up a little bit, get things moving a little easier. And let me show you a few warm-up exercises that you can do for your hands. So I like to do, kind of finger warm-ups. You can do like a little starfish, really big movements, pumping the muscles open, getting them open as wide as you can, and then squeezing them shut. And just do a few of those and then move into a fist pump. So again, it's almost like you're squeezing like a little stress ball or something. Again, big movements, really closed, really open. Just go through that a few times. You can go through some wrist movements, so going forward, backward, just trying to get the wrist moving. You can go wrist side to side. Sorry, that looks really awkward. You can do wrist circles the other way, just trying to get your hand nice and loose and warmed up and ready to go. Okay, so that's kind of your little basic warm-up. One exercise that I think can be really helpful, because what you'll feel in Dupuytren's is you'll feel that the tissues are starting to pull you forwards, because that's literally the fascia tightening in that direction. So we want to work on straightening the hand out. So one stretch that might feel really good is actually doing like a 2-finger pullback stretch. So again, being gentle, you're not going to crank your fingers back as hard as you possibly can. But you can do this with your arm kind of straight out, almost like you're doing a forearm stretch. And then you can take 2 fingers at a time, so index and middle, and you can pull those fingers back just until you feel like a stretch or a tension through the wrist, through the hand, through the palm and the finger. And then letting it go, and then again, ring and ring and middle finger. I can't talk today, it's fine. Just like that, pulling back, nice and gentle. You should feel a good stretch. And then same thing with the pinky and the ring, again, pulling back. And you can kind of see the tension there, right? And I'm certainly pulling back further than most people might be able to. I have a little bit of hypermobility in my hand and wrist, so only go as far as you can tolerate. Don't force it. And then you can also do the thumb as well, and that one, again, not cranking back on it, just being really gentle with the thumb too. It's a little bit unusual for Dupuytren's to be in the thumb, but it does happen. So most commonly it's going to be in the ring or the pinky fingers, but it can be in any of the 5 fingers. It's just a little bit more common on that side of the hand. Okay, so those are those stretches, like kind of the 2-finger pullback. Okay, so another exercise that I think can be really helpful in stretching the hand out is going to be intrinsic stretching. So with this, again, being really gentle, you're not pushing your finger you know, cranking it back as far as it possibly can go. What you're trying to do is, again, stretch out the palm of the hand and all of those teeny tiny intrinsic muscles inside the hand. What you'll do is you'll kind of take the finger that you're trying to stretch and you'll push back from just right above the knuckle. So you'll kind of push it back a little bit behind the rest of the hand, and then you'll kind of push the rest of the finger up straight, and you should feel like a nice little stretch with this. So again, it's gentle. I'm not putting too much force into it. And then I'm going to kind of keep going down the line because it's actually a pretty good idea to stretch out all your fingers this way. It makes your hand a lot more balanced. Okay. So that's basically a little intrinsic stretch, and it can also feel pretty good to stretch out kind of in between your fingers as well. So you can start with kind of those pumping exercises. Once you've got those down, you can kind of slip either 2 fingers in there and stretch them, or you can kind of pull them apart or gently kind of pull one finger to the side. You want to be pretty gentle. You don't want to be like really cranking on it, but it does feel pretty good to kind of get a little bit of space in between the fingers and just stretch them out. So I like to do it with my fingers kind of like that. Just trying to get a little bit of space in between just to get a good stretch. Okay. The other thing that I think can really help if you feel pain or you feel really stiff or tight is doing a little bit of rolling. So, you know, you can use like a highlighter pen, or you can use a water bottle or something, anything round. Basically, you don't want it to be too big. Like a highlighter pen works really good. And then you'll take like kind of a flat surface, rest it down, and then roll through the hand. Obviously, it works better on a non-floating surface like a desk, countertop, table. If you like baking, you could do this with bread dough, whatever, you know, be creative. This is occupational therapy, okay? We get to run the show. So that should feel pretty good. And it just gives you like a nice little massage, kind of works through some of the discomfort there. You can go back and forth on that even for a couple minutes, and that might feel pretty good to you too. So I hope this video was helpful. Obviously, there are a lot of other stretches and exercises that you can do. Really, this is just geared at showing you some simple stretches that you can do in a daily routine for your hand. So again, not going to fix the problem, but it might make it more manageable for you. So please comment below if you have any questions or concerns, comments, anything like that, other exercises that you want to share. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.